Hi guys, and welcome to another one of my short sharp videos. The other day I quickly went through why we as a nation are getting fatter, and that's obviously been well reported. And as you can see here, our population as it stands at the minute, it's reported that 24% of our population is obese. But probably worse than that is it's reported about 85% of people over the age of 15 certainly not living at their optimum body weight or shape. So they're carrying too much of this fat, and I'm really quickly going to try and explain why that we're gaining more weight. Right, so our diet, we've been encouraged for some time now, like 30 or 40 years, that fat was a culprit and it was probably no good, for our health. So we took the fat out of foods. Problem with that is, of course, taste went down, so that we've got to fix that. So we will load up with sugar, so that certainly improve the taste. Addictive, but improve the taste. And coming with sugar, in the mid-70s also came a sugar fructose in the form of high fructose corn syrup, which I'm going to talk about over the next 3 or 4 minutes, and how I'm going to encourage you check labels and make your own decision on what's in what corn syrup's in, high fructose corn syrup, and what it's in, and what you should be avoiding. This corn syrup has led, as I said, to obesity and illness, and so what I want to do now is just focus on sugar. So 2 forms of sugar here, hopefully you can see this. Glucose and fructose, and those 2 combined make table sugar, which is sucrose, of course. They equally combine and they make this high fructose corn syrup. So just really quickly, and again I hope you can see this, here's just how our consumption has increased, with particularly in respect to this high fructose, has increased over the last few years. So if we were to eat just real foods, raw foods, as I tend to prescribe all the time, and in my basic principles, keep it real, you'd consume about 15 grams of fructose a day. Okay. Prior to World War II, we had about 16 grams, so not much in it, there or thereabouts. Between 1977 and 1988, it increased, as our population did, to 37 grams, so more than double from pre-World War II. And as I said, in 1975, this high fructose corn syrup was introduced into the market. 94, we've banged all the way up to 57 grams per day, this is. And today it's said and reported that certainly adolescents are consuming around 72 grams per day. Well, this is. So the issue is this: if we look at this, glucose, when it enters the body, let's say 120 grams of glucose enters the body. Now, 80% of it is actually burned off. So you use it in the form of energy. Your organs use it. Obviously, muscles use it, just to keep you metabolically alive. The other 20% goes to your liver and is converted to something called glycogen, and it's stored there for when we need it most, energy to my brain, or when I need it to exercise or move, and so on. Now, fructose, however, again, just a sugar, like glucose, again, 120 grams goes in, and 60% of it is taken to the liver. So not 20%, but 60% is taken to the liver and again stored as glycogen. About 500 grams worth of sugar we can store in our liver. Obviously, you can in our muscles, I beg your pardon. You can store about 100 grams in our liver, and once that tank's full, of course, full of glycogen, then of course it gets converted. That energy's got to go somewhere, and it gets converted to stored fat, and we all know where that goes. So therein lies the problem. If we are consuming particularly excessive fructose in the form particularly of high corn syrup fructose, the chances of our liver and muscles being full of glycogen is going to happen far more quickly than it was if we were just to ingest glucose. So as a consequence, we're getting more obese because we're becoming better at storing fat. And as a consequence of becoming more obese, we're becoming more insulin resistant as we spike our insulin levels because of this sugar. Eventually that system breaks down. It's just like anything would if you overdid running and on hard surfaces or whatever. Of course, a knee, particularly if your technique's poor, is going to break down. Same thing here, the liver ends up packing up shop. Next thing you know, we're getting diabetes or related illnesses, and there's a whole myriad of illnesses. So therein lies one reason certainly why we are gaining weight. So I want you to check labels and check for what's in, so what contains high fructose corn syrup. I hope this explains it.